I was in a conversation with somebody the other day and I did not agree with a single word she said. I had totally and utterly the opposing views. I saw the world in a completely different way. And if you are an empath and if you are headstrong and really have considered your point and you believe that you're right, it can be really tempting to try and convince and connect. And there are also some people who do not want that. And I have been in so many situations and conversations with clients where they've said something along the lines of, I spoke to somebody that I thought cared about me, about my business, and they just weren't interested, or they were really negative about it, or they just didn't support me. I want to share with you this technique that really works for me in those situations. Because as somebody, from being a very little girl, who knew what she wanted, knew what she was all about, and probably told people until I realized that it wasn't a good idea because you'd get feedback or you get people giving opinions and then you just leave the situation and just feel a bit rubbish. I have learned that it's so important to stay in your own lane, to keep focused, to not get distracted, to not be pulled in all kinds of directions or not get kind of shaken along the way. Now, that's not to say that I'm not open for feedback. Of course I am. That's how you learn. That's how you improve. That's how you progress. But the passive aggressive, or the people who just like the sound of their own voice, or they just want to tell you and it's their stuff and not yours. One of the things that I do, which actually now I'm telling you makes me also feel a little bit claustrophobic, but in this moment it helps me feel protected. I imagine that I've got some kind of inflatable around me, like a rubber ring or a vest or something like that. And whenever I feel that negativity or somebody just not understanding, I allow myself just to inflate that imaginary inflatable around me. And what that allows me to do is to stay solid in my position, but also protect my boundaries, protect my energy, and protect myself from all of that. Let me know. You might want to inflate it at some networking events soon. Let me know if you do.